Hello, class. So I always send out two messages every week. First one is always reminding you of all the due dates, and the second one is kind of a feel good. This is what's happening in science right now, kind of thing. And so that's what this one is a feel good one. Although I will say I looked over the introduction forms or the meet and greet discussion. And so anyone who's missed it, I've written them. Also, it's important to sign up for Mastering Chemistry. This is an accelerated class, right? So we don't have a lot of time, so you got to stay on top of your assignments. So the other thing is there's a lot of people on the wait list that want to get in the class. So if you don't think you're going to be able to participate, well, I mean, it's better to let the students that really need to be in there to take the class. So if you also wonder where I'm at my father's place. I'm visiting my dad mostly this summer, and I'm about 3 miles as the bird flies from Camp David, the presidential retreat. So I'm just really in the middle of the woods, in near Catoctin Mountain in Maryland right now. So it's very, very rural. So if you wonder where I'm at, and I'm on my dad's porch. If you can hear the birds. I don't know how good the video quality is. You can hear the birds chirping in the leaves rustling in the background. Um, so, anyways, this I always send you an article, usually from the Chemical Engineering News. That's the magazine for the American Chemical Society. You see this ACS, that's American Chemical Society, and I harvest them and I save them. And this is the one is looking at machine learning, and science is changing, right? I mean, so I started studying in college and in 1997. Geez, so long ago. We didn't really have machine learning back then, and so much has changed. I mean, when I look at the pandemic and how quickly we've developed these technologies and responses and therapeutics to COVID-19 is amazing. I think this is out of science fiction. I still can't believe that we have the mRNA vaccines, first of all, and the fact that we can make them so quickly. Well, I guess mass production is one thing, but I mean, Moderna and BioNTech, they both were able to make their vaccines quickly in the matter in days and or even hours. I mean, so once they had the structure of the proteins on the virus, they were able to make something using mRNA, and I think that's amazing. Also, Moderna is currently manufacturing a booster for Omicron. For instance, I mean that the mass production takes a long time, but the development is so fast right now, and it's out of science fiction. So it's amazing to me. And one of the other things, like what does it mean to be a scientist in today's age, is integration with computers. I mean, right, this course, it's, all done online virtually, right? Look at me. I'm a Hawaii professor living in Maryland, uh, doing business in California with you. And so it's, this is just the way the world works now is the interface and how we interact this way. And not only just with the human to human interaction, but also the relationship that we have with computers. So, and one of them is machine learning. And we're probably pretty used to machine learning in terms of things like talk to text and, the various, when we call places in the call center and you're talking to a computer. And I mean, that's all driven by machine learning. Specifically, the computer they work by anticipating what you're going to say next and then directing you in that way. And we're starting to use this in chemistry. So this article talks about that and how machine learning is being used in chemistry. And this is going to be a tool. It's not, and some people, you can see if you read the article, some people are like, this is all crap, kind of thing. It's going to be a part of machine learning is going to be a part of chemistry and science, and it already is in several places. Machine learning in many cases has proved to be very, very useful. And so this is an article about that. So just something to think about. And of course, this is outside of the scope of the class. We are not going to cover machine learning, But this is to show you that, I mean, in chemistry is an evolving science. We are still learning new things, learning new techniques, and what it means to be a chemist and what it means to be a scientist is changing, right? So that's the point of this, to show you, what's going on, what's cool, what are the hot topics, and here's one of them. So I hope you enjoy the article. Again, this is outside of the scope of the class. I am not going to test you on it. You have no assignments about this. If you don't read this article, that is totally fine. So this is nothing to do with your attendance, grade, verification, anything of the sort. And the other thing with my messages, I also want to remind you that we are not artificial intelligences. We are biological intelligences. So we are BIs, we're not AIs. And part of being a biological entity is that we have different needs, right? So we need food and shelter, right? And if you do not have food and shelter, there is no way that you can perform well in this class. So if you're having any issues dealing with basic needs, please let me know. Also, there's information on Canvas. It's a mutual thing, right? Because I want you to do well in the class, you want to do well in the class. Besides that, you want to reach self-actualization, especially in the lower ends of the hierarchy of needs, being food and shelter, of course. So this is something will benefit both of us. I mean, in terms of instructor-student relationship, and improve your life and the course in general. So if there's anything you need in that regards, if you have any questions about the class, content-wise, how the class is working, please also let me know, especially now in the beginning, right? So as you're getting things going. And if you have any other academic issues, let me know, or any other issues in general. One of the nice things about being a faculty member is that I'm connected, and whenever I ask for help, people almost always bend over backwards to help me, because they want to help you too. They want to help you students. So I'm going to sign off for now. So this is a longer message. I usually try to keep it in the 3 to 5 minute range, but it's the first one, so it's a little longer. So again, let me know if you need anything, and I'm going to sign off for now. Goodbye.